Kylie Bertucci, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. Thank you so much for being here. I can see all of you commenting already here on YouTube and over on the Facebook. I've got all your comments here in front of me so that I don't miss any of your beautiful comments. I love how you're all saying hello to one another, catching up with old friends, which is very exciting. And Shaz is over on Facebook. Hey Shaz, hi from the UK. Wow. I love how we're like all united from all around the world. Now I saw Mandy here's from the Gold Coast. That's my old stomping ground. I grew up on the Gold Coast, went to school there and working. I left the Gold Coast when I was about 21, 22, 21. Yeah, and then moved to Melbourne and have been here ever since. So there you go. So hello to you all. I can hear pitter patters just outside my door because I have an electric throw here that Jasper really wants to sit on. He's like, claimed it. It's mine. So I've just had my start of my beveragino because, you know, what's the start of a day without a bit of coffee? Look at the lippy all over the cup. And I love these brand new cups. Bruno just made me a prototype. Craft hard and be humble. So that's part of our online stamping retreat merchandise, which you're able to pre-order right now. I'm absolutely in love with all these fun new gadgets and merchandise. And if you have like way too many mugs, just a tip, you can pop all your snips and take your pick tool and your bone folders, just pop them in one of these and it can go with you wherever you need it to go because it's got a handle. Isn't that handy? So yes, we can never have too many mugs, right? We've always got more craft supplies to fill it with. And coffee. So how is everyone this week? The weeks are just flying, like unbelievable. Today I thought we would have a bit of a play with some colouring because my card this week got a lot of excitement. Everyone was in love with it and it was so simple and easy to colour that I thought that this would be a really great way, particularly for those of you that don't feel confident colouring. I thought that this would be a great way to start because I've just used, what does it say, the captions says beverage eno. At least it doesn't say beverage emo. So yes, it's such an easy way to colour. I've actually used the sponge daubers, but I'm going to challenge myself today because, you know, I love to try new things. And there's something that I have not tried yet. And maybe some of you can tell me if you have or not. But have you tried the new Stampin' Up! Pastels? And these are not new. These have been around for a while. But have a look at this, people. This is the ultimate crafter's admission. I've never used them. So I think we need to give these a good run today. We need to see what they can do for us. See if they serve a purpose for you. And then you can make up your mind whether they're the right colour option for you. They're really cheap. In fact, they were on sale this week, but I think they're around the $15.50 mark or something like that. I'll have a look exactly. But for those of you who are new to crafting, this would be a really cheap way to get lots of colour. So just a big hint for you. And big shout out to all of those who, I'll leave that off actually. Big shout out to all of those who purchased during the sale yesterday. Did some of you get the Stampin' Up! Sale in the US? I think it's still going, but it's finished up here in Australia. So big shout out to all those that purchased with us. And also we had some new customers. I think we had 4 or 5 new customers shop with us. So thank you so much for choosing us to shop with. We will spoil you rotten. We'll be sending you tutorial bundle, handmade card. Did you see our handmade cards this week? They're so beautiful. And it's using the Abigail Rose, which is our tutorial of the month. So you'll get a tutorial with the Abigail Rose suite. you'll get this handmade card or, you know, something similar. And you get loyalty vouchers as well. What else do they get, Bruno? Card making course, you get a freebie. And we have some pins here as well. So we're thinking about doing maybe some special VIP pins. Wouldn't that be fun? Who would love to collect pins, depending on what level you are? I think that would be so fun. VIP status superstar. VIP status megastar. VIP status you broke the internet. Yeah, I love pins. Give me a pin any day. So I've got these cuties, but I'll show you my big pin board that I actually need to update. So if you haven't got your pins, I think with On Stage coming up, because we are so excited, we're going to Sydney for On Stage, and I'm going to be wearing these everywhere. And I think everyone's going to have like serious case of FOMO if you're at On Stage and you don't have at least one of these pins pinned on you, on our lanyards. Hopefully we have lanyards. If not, it'll be pinned to us. But I think they're the perfect gift, aren't they, from demonstrator team leaders? If you're a demonstrator out there and you want a gift for your team, here you go. Here's your solution. Affordable and yet fun. I like that. I like affordable and fun. And Bruno's put up all the pins. He's pinned the link to the online stamping retreat. Who has signed up? Me. Actually, we did sign up. We wanted to test it all. But come and join us. It's coming up next week. Can you believe it? Bruno has been working so hard in getting everything organised. And he wants, actually, lovely Bruno, when you get a moment, if you can turn off that heater of ours, because I did notice last time it did affect the sound quality, and I'm all about sound quality at the moment. I've brought the the microphone closer to me to try and combat it until Bruno hears me in delay. But yes, it's very exciting. Nancy can't wait. She's signed up and she's so excited. So yes, Bruno's been working very hard on the tutorials, because you not only get the projects that we make on the day, but you may not realize this, but we're going to have 3 samples each of all of the projects we make on the day. So that is really exciting because it's over 30 tutorials. And Gita's card is so incredibly amazing. Britta's like, oh my goodness, how do I interpret this into metric? It's like, whoa. And Bruno's, yeah, he's just got the coolest card. I have not seen it anywhere. So, as usual. But they're not overwhelming, which is really good. So if you're new to crafting and you haven't done that sort of thing before, then this could be the event for you. And it's over 7 hours of content, and you will have access to the recording if you can't make it for the whole event or some of the event. Maybe you just want to watch for a bit. Well, we have the recording for you, and anyone worldwide can join. So, oh, Kerry just ordered the paper that I'm using for my card. It's beautiful paper. Is that the autumn paper? So pretty. Shh, we won't tell anyone. But yes, it's using autumn paper. But the best thing is with this, and that is a good point that Kerry brings up, is that you don't actually have to have the products that we're using on the day. You can swap out for other paper. You can use what you have on hand. If you don't have paper, you can stamp your own images on a page, and you don't have to do exactly what we're doing. And that's what we really want to make sure you're aware of, is just use what you have on hand. Don't feel like you have to go out and buy a whole lot of new products. Or if you're like me and you want an excuse, sure, any excuse to go shopping. I'll take it. Oh, I have to buy. I've got an event coming up. I have to do some more shopping. Oh, shame. Oh, that's so good, Deborah. Thank you. Yes, 32 projects, tutorials, and Gina's projects are so cool. There you go. That's straight from Bruno, and he's doing all the work. So, you know, it's going to be good. If Bruno says it's good, it's really good. I'm really really excited for my cards too. Like really genuine. I really, really love my card. I'm like, Brito saw it again today and he's like, I hate you. Your card's so good. That's when I know it's good, when he hates me. We don't really hate each other ever, but we love saying that. I hate you right now. So Patricia said, I watched the demos and then the next day went back and made the projects. Oh, good. There's like a special welcome video just for those that have registered. So definitely jump over and have a look. Remember, you can watch the recording, and if you purchase it, you get to be in all the drawers. There's like 24 drawers, so you get to be part of that. So yes, definitely go and check it out. If you haven't registered, register now. Go and do it. The link is up the top on YouTube. And if you're on Facebook, just message us if you need the link. But we have kind of put it everywhere there too. So there you go. Let me have some beverageino. Oh, yes, the heat has gone off. Oh. Did someone say online stamping retreat? And just in case you were not aware, it's not here yet, but this is the original online stamping retreat pin, which I think we have just a few left of the sweet sorbet colour. But the new one that's coming is going to be Cajun Craze, ready for the fall. So you can collect the set of pins. Isn't that exciting? Yes, I know. Yeah, I'm very excited about the cards that we're making. I know you're all going to love, love, love. And you can interpret them and use those fun folds for just about any other product. You don't have to use it with the ones that we've done. Yeah, we'll show you how to interpret it. Hi from Mickleham. That's not far away. Mickleham near the airport, Mickleham. That's a bit exciting, Margaret. Now, later on, I'm going to be drawing some winners from my VIP group. I put up a poll of how many of them have signed up and how many are about to sign up. And I'm going to be drawing a winner from my VIPs. And maybe, if you stay around, maybe we have some giveaways for all of you. I think we need some giveaways today, don't you think? Yes, we love a bit of prize patrol. I love a bit of prize patrol fun. I love giving them away. It's just as much fun as receiving them. So let's jump on in. Ta-da! I've moved my little noggin out of the way for a bit. Oh, actually, I'll go back to my noggin because I can see a little bit of the camera stand in here and I don't like it. Okay, that's a bit better. Yes, there we go. That's a bit better. That's better. Now, this card here is surprisingly simple. Let me show you what card templates I used to work out the measurements. So if you don't have my card templates, the tutorial, where have you been? You need them in your life. They're so handy, particularly if you are new to stamping. But I think everyone should have these. What do you all think? Do you think everyone should have these? How many of you use it every time you craft? I know I do. They're like my go-to. So the card base you can either do in the Gorgeous Grape size, and I've named them colours because we're always, well, we haven't added a layer for a while actually, but when we were adding layers in, it was very like, yeah, I didn't want to call them layer 1, layer 2 because it just would have made it all very confusing. So basically the Gorgeous Grape opens like this. That's your standard sort of card base. But I do like cards that open like this just because it's good for my photos and I like to be different. So this one here, I've actually done it that way. So I've done the Calypso Coral base. So either, whatever you prefer. Then the next layer, can we guess what the next layer is? Of course, the famous Poppy Parade, because I love this layer. It's a really good layer, particularly for the centerpiece that we've got there because it's quite large. And then we've got the Designer Series paper layer is actually Melon Mambo. So it's only got like a tiny little slither. And you'll notice that in card making, it's great to have these beautiful layers. It just really makes the card special. and really makes it pop. Now I'll check that these ones are the right ones, but I usually use, yeah, that looks like the right ones. So yeah, Coastal Cabana, and then Bermuda Bay is the top layer. So they're all the layers that you need to make this card. You could, of course, make it a little bit less layers by just taking out the Melon Mambo and the Coastal Cabana. So you could, if you don't have as, like you don't want to use those basic white layers, then you could just easily do it like so. But I love having the layers in between. I think it really just adds elegance to the card. So there you go. So there are all your colours. Write them down. Calypso Coral or Gorgeous Grape, Poppy Parade, Melon Mambo, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay, although I think Bermuda Bay's first, and then Coastal Cabana. Oh no, that's the other way around. That's the bigger one. So they're your that's your size. The sizes used for the cards. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then definitely head over and get the templates. And interestingly, Deborah said she's just starting to use the templates. So it could be that you've purchased them and you haven't cut them out. That's okay. Another good idea is also just look at the sheet. Look at because that will give you an idea of the measurements, and it just helps you get everything ready. I love them. You use them every day, Susan. I'm so glad. Deborah, prizes would be awesome. Yeah, we love prizes. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I love the templates. They've really helped me to feel just a bit more confident in my creativity, which is good. We need all the help we can get with our confidence in creativity, don't we? So what we can do to start with, I'm going to use completely different colours today, as, you know, do expect anything less from me. Change it completely, because I like to show you how the same card can look absolutely completely different. And we're going to be using different colouring techniques today. So I've got a few options here. We've got our sponge daubers, which I've kept one of the old relics, one of our wood mount cases, which I really want to come back. Please stand it up. Please bring it back. Yes, Diana, we can send it worldwide, and we have the card templates in both the any size around the world, because we have different sizes. So you guys use letter cardstock over in the US and in Canada. So we have letter cardstock sized card templates, but it's just a tutorial. So it's just a PDF. It's $5 Australian, which is like what, 50 cents in the US. No kidding. I don't know what the currency exchange is at the moment, but yes, they're very cheap. So, and then you get all of the updates if we do them. But we've found that all of these have been enough for quite some time. I think, yeah, I've got lots of layers that I'm using and haven't needed to get any more. But I'll put up the link for you so that if you want to go and get that tutorial, that's it there. Oh, Janine uses it all the time. Oh, good. And Linda, I wouldn't work without them. Oh, that makes me so happy. I feel the same way, but sometimes you think, is it just me? Do I just feel like this because I created them? So we are going to do some sponge daubering. Now this one here, really, really simple. I just did it on the beautiful, pretty pink, and then just the same color ink on top. And that is how easy the colouring is. But we're going to do a little bit of colouring with the pastels. This one here, again, I've used the sponge daubers, and it's just a really quick and easy way to colour. Like if you are not super confident with your blends, you know, blends are fantastic, but they can be a little bit more time consuming. They have a totally different look to this. But literally I just went because we knew we were going to be doing customer cards. We knew we were going to do bulk amount. So I knew that I needed something that was going to look fantastic, but also be efficient in my timing as well. Because, you know, if I had the ability to spend all day colouring, I would. But, you know, I have to cook dinner and clean and do the dishes. Bruno does the washing, so he's the best. So I've got a few different colours here that I thought we'd pull out and have a little try. We might end up even using a different colour again. But I thought, looking at the pastels, I thought this colour here, which is probably Pacific Point maybe. I should actually look at the... Oh no, I'm going to have to put my glasses on. Does it have the colours here? Oh yes, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, and Poppy Parade. So it's actually Night of Navy, this one. But I think it will look really nice on that Orchid Oasis. And the Highland Heather, I thought maybe the Gorgeous Grape will look really good on there. But we'll have a play. We'll just compare the pair and see what we like. So first things I like to do when I wanted to keep it in the full card sheet, just to show you exactly how to cut down. And the best way, like the card templates are not just to help us with measurements, but they're also to help us with saving our cardstock, because so many people cut the cardstock wrong and then you waste a lot, which we don't want that. So firstly, your card base is always going to be half of your cardstock. So let's start with our Orchid Oasis. You're proud of me, everyone. I didn't say opulence. Orchid Oasis. So now there's two ways to cut your base. I cut it lengthways in the Coastal Cabana size. A Coastal Coral. Calypso Coral. I've got coastal on the brain. Or you can do it the Gorgeous Grape size. If you're doing it Gorgeous Grape, you're going to be turning it this way and cutting that way. If you do it the Calypso Coral size, then it's lengthways. But it's always going to be in half. Half is the aim that you're going for. Boom. And then the best thing about having your amazing Stampin' Up! Trimmer is you can use this to also fold this in half, so you're going right to the edge on both sides. You can see that there. Bruno taught me this one. He was using it with the Stamparatus, but I actually like it on my trimmer because I've just cut and now I can score. And I know that because I'm using it against each edge, it's going to be perfectly folded. Isn't that genius? Thank you, trimmer, for making me look like a genius. Now, the next step we're going to do is, let's have a look at our OG, the original. We're going to do some of the paper and then also these layers here. So I've got a few different papers that I thought we'd choose from. So what do we have? We've got a Whisper White, we've got paper, we've got another Whisper White, and then we've got our colour. So we're going to do our Bermuda Bay colour. So spit out it'll show you exactly what colour you need. Now we can see here when you use the templates, you can see, do I have enough space to just cut it this way? Well, no, clearly not. So then you know, okay, well, I'm going to have to cut it this way. So it enables you to not waste your paper as much. Because if you started cutting it this way thinking, oh yeah, it'll work, then what are you going to do with that sheet? You've just wasted it. So we're going to cut it this way. So you know the longer side is going to be cut first, which I find helps my little brain because I don't like to waste my cardstock. I like to get the most out of the cut. And so now we have this piece left, but that can be used for the sentiment. So it just, yeah, helps you utilize your paper more. So we've got that one cut. Now we need some basic white. Oh, good. Someone else has got the pastels and hasn't used them. So that is really good. So we're going to do the Poppy Parade and the Coastal Cabana. And then our last one is going to be the paper. We're doing the Melon Mambo. So let's do our Poppy Parade. Now again, you're going to look at this and see, okay, I can get, 4 Poppy Parades. And you get used to the sizing and how it fits. So again, we're going to do the longest cut first, which I love knowing that I'm not going to cut into this and then have excess. So we'll do that one. Copy. And you can always check, have I cut it right? Yes, good, it's right. Because, yeah, cutting it wrong is so annoying. And then our last one is this one here, which we'll need to do the longest side there. So yeah, if you haven't got the card templates, definitely get them because they're going to make your card making so much easier. Now, the paper, what are we going to choose? I have pulled out lots of different papers here, so I might need your help because, you know, I like to overcomplicate things and give myself a million choices. I've got all sorts here. So I've got this beautiful in color paper. I haven't actually used a whole lot. Oh, I think I found it already. I haven't used a lot of this paper, but I'm telling you, I love those dots. I think they're gorgeous. But we are doing flowers, so we could maybe go for this style here that has these cute little flowers in the background. Ooh, I haven't used much of this shimmer, to be honest. What would that look like? Let's have a little look here. So we've got this layer, we've got this layer, and whatever color we're putting behind is going to be in here. So we could use this beautiful sort of shimmer ombre look, like so, which would really fancy this thing up, wouldn't it? I haven't used a lot of this shimmer paper. I even said to Bruno, are you sure that's current? He's like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, well, I haven't used enough of that, I feel. So I think that's really pretty. I like that. I mean, this is going to have a completely different look if we go for this one. The flowers in the background. Or even the polka dots. Oh, the polka dots are very cute, aren't they? So what's everyone vibing? Are you vibing shimmer today? Let's cut it and have a look. Because, you know, I've got enough here that I can do a secondary prototype. It's the best way to find out if you like it or not. Actually, with this, just flip it over with your shimmer paper because it is very, very strong on your, it can sort of blunt, make your blades go blunt. What am I trying to say? Now, what do I want to cut off more? I think I want to take off a little bit of the lighter. So remember, this one that we're cutting here is the Melon Mambo layer. That's going to be our paper. And you'll know if you've cut it right because you'll put it up against your basic white layer and it will be a perfect frame. Oh, I do really like that. It's very, very pretty. And sometimes I can't really see if I like it until I've cut it and I've stuck it down, like kind of seen it. I really like it. Do you all like it? You're like, oh, everyone's saying shimmer. I really love it too. It's very pretty, but we will do a polka dot too, just for you, Penny. And Randy likes the polka dots too. It's really pretty. Ooh, shimmery, shimmery. Yes, it does have a coarse texture, so that can sort of wear your blades down a bit. So now we've done that, we're just going to stamp the front. So it's a really nice, simple, easy layout, this one. And feel free to use this layout on all sorts of different projects. You know, you could swap this one for the basic white, so change the sizing. And you've got another completely different card again where you stamp on that. So yeah, if you've got an image that's sort of not a large size, but even large size, You could stamp on here and then have your sentiment. It's just a really good go-to card layer for me. So it's almost like the card templates can be a card sketch as well, which I really like. So we're going to bring in the Cottage Rose stamp and just stamp a few of these beautiful flowers and leaves, and then we've got to look where we're going to put our sentiment. So we could do it like I did it in the card here, which is across the edge like so, or we could even stamp it directly onto the layer. We're going to be doing it on this darker layer, which is not usual, but I like doing this because it's something a bit different to what we normally see. And let's face it, if I want to do embossing, which I did want to do embossing, then it's perfect on a coloured base. Now I'm going to get my grid paper here. I like using my mini grid paper to stamp on because it's small, it's not annoying, it's not taking over the whole craft desk, because we know how much stuff ends up on our desk. It's like, how did this become taken over? So I'll get some blocks. We'll pop on our Cottage Rose, which is part of the Abigail Rose Suite. This one here, and I think maybe this one. And I think I'm going to do, just for something different, typical Kylie, I'm going to do You're Positively the Greatest, maybe. Oh, Friends Forever. Let's do Friends Forever. So that can go on this block here. Good. And that can go first, because if I start stamping the bigger elements, I'm going to run out of room. We've all been there. We've all done that. It's like, oh no. I think I'll have to just stick it on top, which is fun. It all works. So get your awesome tools. Have you got your tray and everything, everyone? They're fun. So much fun. And I love having everything stacked in there, ready to go with my embossing. So that's available from the holiday catalogue at the moment. So make sure that you get that. I'm pretty sure it'll stay on, surely. But just in case, just get it now, because then all of you will be crying because you missed out. It's like, well, we tried to warn you. It might go. We don't know. So let's do Friends Forever. I'm going to do Friends Forever. Think about here. Now, with the sentiments, you just want to line up I use my grid paper here to line up and just make sure that this is as straight as it can be. And you can do this on your Stamparatus as well. Just line it up against the grids. And like, I know that this now, if I hold my block square, that this is going to be square, because sometimes looking this way, it can be deceptive, especially if you put the sticker on. That can really throw you out. And then just line this up using the grid lines again, and you're going to get a much better chance of getting this straight, because I can look both sides. I'm looking at my block as well. I know that it's going to be straight, and so it's not going to be absolutely perfect, but it's going to give you a much better chance of getting this straight than if you didn't do those things. So I'm just lining that up, take my time, and then stamp. And let's have a little look here, see what you think. But I think that's pretty good. Like, it's slightly, actually, I think that's as straight as it possibly could be. But that's how I like to do my sentiments. I really do, honestly, miss my Stamp-A-Magic. I really loved the Stamp-A-Magic, and I would love to see it come back one day. Because it just would line everything up just absolutely perfect. But I've got to find a way of doing that on my Stamparatus, because I'm sure there's a way to sort of do that same thing that you did with the Stamp-A-Majig. Oh, it's not freezing again, is it, Nancy? So where's Nancy? Nancy's over on Facebook. Hopefully we're okay. I did all the updates and I was like, please work, because it kept freezing. I was like, ah. Yeah, you still use yours, Margaret? I think we need to request it because it is I found anyway, it was a really great tool for me. There's certain tools that never replace certain things. So now I'm going to do all of the rest. And what you're going to try and do is just layer around that sentiment. And because we've put that sentiment there already, it's just really handy in being able to sort of bring everything in. I'll give you a few other tips when you're doing this type of layering, because again, you want to stay close, like we're moving into this area where the word is and then going out. If you were to stamp this big stamp sort of in the corner here, you could find yourself blocked. You can't, why can't I get in here? I don't have a stamp that's small enough. So always sort of work from the middle and then out. If you didn't have that sentiment here, then you would just keep gradually working closely to one another. Don't ever go outside of where you're working. You stay close to the stamping that you've just done previously. How do I know that? I've been there. I've stamped that and found myself in a bit of a pickle. I was like, oh no, I have no room. So learn from my mistakes. If it's freezing for you on Facebook, just refresh. Oh, thank you, Bruno. Oh, that's good, Nancy. Nancy switched devices. I think that's always a winner, isn't it? Have you tried on a different device? Then we'll do this. And don't be afraid to use these big stamps. You know, you look at the big stamp, you think, oh, I can't use that. It's too big for this small space. But what's really great about these big images is you have a lot of options. Like if you twist it, you're going to just get the leaves and these bits. If you twist it, you get the flower. If you twist it, you just get these cute leaves. So it ends up becoming like a 3-in-1 stamp for this type of project. And you can see here how gorgeous that's already looking. Like, look at this here. Really, really pretty. And if you wanted to, looking at this, I've used Versamark, but this would look even stunning if you just used the Orchid Oasis ink and just had your sentiment embossed, not the whole lot. Look how gorgeous that looks. I think I might have to try that. That'll be my next. See, this is the thing. It gets your creative ideas going. You're like, whoa, I don't have to emboss it all. I could just use the ink. So see how I'm coming in right in close to all of this ink, all this stamping in here. And then we can go around it on the outside. Just being very mindful, of course, not to stick your fingers because we're going to be embossing. So we can do a little bit up there. And again, like I said, we've got this beautiful little piece here, but we could use the leaf. We could use a bit of flower. Actually, use a little bit of flower just so I can show you how you wouldn't even know that it's come from this same stamp. So tiny little piece in the edge there, but it just finishes off that really nicely so that you've covered that whole area. But yeah, I think it would just look so pretty done with the Orchid Oasis just stamped and then this sentiment. How pretty is that? Let's have a look at it before I emboss it all together, so that if you wanted to copy that, case it, please go ahead. You don't need to ask us. So that's it with the Orchid Oasis. But let's just watch how, I think with the shimmer paper behind, it's really going to pop with the embossing. Yeah. If it was with the polka dot, I think maybe this look would probably work, but this is going to work with the embossing. So let's pick this up. Now, there are some amazing tools here that you can use. The reversible tweezers are brilliant. I have tried using it for when I emboss, and it's a little bit frustrating because all your embossing powder gets stuck on the tweezers, and then you don't really want to start embossing because then you'll have like emboss powder all over your tweezers. So just for this point here where you're putting the embossing powder on, you can even just lie it directly into here. I know that seems really bizarre, but and then you just tip it all over. But if you don't have room to sort of hold it, then that's the best way to sort of do it. And then you can grab it from the edge, just slowly, because you're not sure where the stamping might be. So until you sort of are aware, okay, I'm safe to grab here. And then you can grab in a spot where you know you can flick off the excess. And then same on that side, flick off the excess. And you've got this beautiful handy little brush that you can use. So this one here can come in and grab any pieces, but because we've used the embossing buddy pretty, like I really hammer my embossing buddy and I really get a lot of powder on there because it just means I don't have any flyaways anywhere really. It looks so good. There's a little bit here that hasn't grabbed as well as I would like, so you can just scoop that back on top there and just be careful not to flick too much. But yeah, I like that now. It's sort of covered that a bit better. And this is where your handy little tweezers can come in. So I want to grab this side here actually. I feel like this is the perfect spot for my tweezers to go. And now I don't have to touch it. I can move away my tray and then bring in the heat gun. It is very liberating to dump the whole powder. True, Charlotte. So you can see how with this type of stamp set, you could use any, like this exact layout, just completely change it with whatever stamp set you use. So even if you had, like, say, you wanted to do a fun kids card, well, you could easily just swap out these images for something that is fun and whimsical. Just do the exact same layout. Really, really simple layout. Well, there's a little bit here on the edge that I missed. Good. I think that's got everything. Perfecto. But yes, just swap out any, like say you've got a masculine card you want to do, you could get out the vintage tools stamp set and just do like a whole heap of images that are tools. So this is what we really hope that you get from our event, the creative, the online stamp and retreat, that you learn creative confidence. We want you to just swap out things, use what you have on hand, feel excited about playing with new things as well. So today I'm going to play with this one. So let's see what we can do. Before I jump on here, I'm going to grab one of the pieces that I've got left over, and maybe even the actual colour, because we're not going to be using that. So I want to see what it looks like before we jump into the projects, because this looks so pretty just as it is. We might decide to just leave it as it is because this is how it looks so far with all the layers here. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty and so simple. but we'll see what it looks like with a bit of colour. And this could be a nice place to actually add in a bit of ribbon too if you wanted to. You could add it in this layer here underneath, just a strip across there, or even just a strip of cardstock across there. Can sometimes vellum, you can do a strip of vellum across there, just to sort of, you know, give it this, I don't know, focal point. It just changes the look. So that's it so far. So let's have a look at the pastel. So there's a few different ways that I was thinking I could use it, and I have seen people use it, so I'm not completely clueless as to what to do, but I've never actually done it myself. So this could go either way. But you're all used to me giving everything a go. So we're using the Night of Navy. So I'm just going to do like direct sponge daubering just to see what that looks like. See if it even picks it up. I don't even know if that's going to pick anything up. No. So pick anything? No. Now I want to grab my marker pen because I've got some watercolouring options as well. So I just wanted to see how these play. Do they like playing ball? Okay, so they do a little bit here with the blends, but not a huge amount. And I think if anything, on this dark paper, it's not necessarily the actual colour. It's more that I've used like a watercolour base on here. So that's that option. So what I think is the best thing to do, from what I can see, is actually picking this up and like colouring direct onto the project. And then coming in and sort of sponging it out. And it is a very different look. It's very sort of, like someone said, very chalky looking, textural. It's not the sort of element that you have a huge amount of control of. So if you like to be in control of your colouring, then this may not be the element for you. And you've got a lot of extra leftover sort of filaments here, so just be mindful of that too. You might want to have your grid paper underneath. But looking at that, it's a very subtle look. Let's have a look there. See, it's just a little bit of extra color on there. But looking at this, I might actually even try the Gorgeous Grape on here and see what it looks like, because maybe the tone is better with that. So you can have a bit of a play. And this is the best way to know what to do with these products, because if we never pick them up and play, we're never going to find out what we like. So I think I like the blue better for me. The other thing that you can do that I saw on a video was sort of coming in with these brushes. Let's just see if I've got like a, oh yeah, there's a blue style one. So let's just see what happens here with one of the brushes. And I'll really go dark actually. Really layer this on so that we can get a good look. So it does sort of lay it out, but it leaves quite a bit of, like if you go hard, it's going to leave quite a lot of colour there. So let's just do a really soft sort of look. And then use the, oh yeah. So it's just, it's a very different look. I think it's, what would I say? I don't think it's necessarily something for beginners, but it's a great way to get colour, that's for sure, like a cheap way to get colour. But it, you know, obviously is going to take a little bit of technique to get used to how to use it. One thing I will try is maybe using the, Deborah says, I stamp with Versamark, then shave some pastel onto the silicone mat and then pick up a dauber and rub onto a stamped image. Interesting, Deborah. So that's very, very interesting. So you can do, let me try that one because that's a very cool idea. Let's do that. I've got the silicone mat here. There he is. So, oh, this is my dirty one. I had a 50-50 chance. So we'll do some Versamark, and I want to try what Deborah said because that's really cool. Yeah, mess is right up my alley. So I'm just stamping this with some Versamark. And then if you want to do a little bit of shaving, so you just do, say, some of your snips here. So see the colour that's going on there. I'll just zoom in a bit for you. And it's interesting what Deborah said, like using the Versamark might sort of, because that's what I found as I was doing it. It feels like it's not collecting. So I like this idea of using the Versamark. Where's my little dauber gone? Where's my Knight of Navy? There's my gorgeous grapey. He's gone for a walkabout. Oh, here he is. I put him in the wrong spot. Of course. So let's just do this. Ooh, I think Deborah's hit the spot here. Because then you've got more control over... Yeah, I like that. And look, again, it's not as dark as using ink, but it does have like a really subtle sponging effect to it. Oh, and you take your pick tool as well. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, girls. So it's a lot lighter than I sort of thought it would be. But if you like that sort of subtle look for colouring, then there you go. So let's try it on the project. I think I found the element I like. And I'll definitely try it with the... So what side would we use for the take your pick tool? Maybe the palette edge? Yeah. I think that would do it. Throw some colour down. And I'm giving it a lot because it really is so subtle that I think we can go a bit OTT with this colour. And get the dauber. Really get in there. Oh yeah, look at all that powder. Just move this to the side. Move that to the side. And come in here. Ooh. Well, 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 little one. What do you think? It doesn't feel like you're playing with eyeshadow. So I think that's the key. It's like, really don't be shy in how much you shave off. And as you're shaving off a lot, tell yourself, you can buy some more. This is not meant to last forever. You can buy some more. Because, yeah, it took a good chunk off. I think we're used to using the watercolour crayons that lasted for an eternity. But, you know, at the price that they are, you can afford to buy some more. So don't hold back. I would be very interested to see what happens when I use a different colour on here. I want to test that on here. Because I think it's got... Actually, I'll just do a little bit of a tissue wipe and see how much stays on after I do a little wipe. Oh, yeah. Pretty good. And it's got a really good pop of colour. What do you think, everyone? I think that's a really good colour. Yeah, that's what I wondered, if it sticks to the embossing. And I think it does actually stick to the embossing. I mean, I could probably keep rubbing it until it comes off the embossing. But I think it actually sticks to it, which is an interesting concept, because if I use the green, is it going to collect that green? Should I test it? Should I try? Let's do some embossing on this piece. Because I'm fascinated to sort of see what it does. Let's get a leaf and do some stamping. Because this is the best way to find out. Move you to the side so I have more room here. So I'm just going to do a little prototype here before we do it on our main project, because it could go either. Just move this out of the way. Okay, so let's test another colour on here. I'll bring that back in here, and I want to test the green, Granny Apple. So again, we'll come in with some Versamark. Just be careful not to go near your previous colour. And we'll use our palette to really throw some colour on there. I love this idea, Deborah. Thank you. Thank you for the assistance. It's most appreciated. And then we'll do the Granny Apple Green doorbell. And really come in here and pick up that colour. Do a bit of blending. Smushing, and here we go. Let's see what it does. So it does seem to be picking up the green. Can you believe it? I cannot believe. Can you see what I'm seeing? Let's go even darker. Let's really give it some more colour. And probably to get like even more colour on there, you could possibly even use, we've still got the chalk. Have we still got this chalk marker? Is that still a thing? I don't think it's retired. I'll go have a look. You can all tell me, actually. You're all very good at you're all very good at telling me what's current and what's not. So I think it would be quite interesting. Like that has coloured a little bit, but definitely the embossing powder seems to be the hero in this pastel, which is just a fluke, by the way. I had no idea that it would attach to the embossing powder. But I think that is really, really interesting, because if you have an image that is like a solid image on a coloured cardstock, so say for instance, if we do, what solid image have I got here that I can try? Oh, I've got a little birdie. Let's do one of our birdies. The pretty birds. So say for instance, if you want to colour his body on coloured cardstock, I think that this would be a really cool way of doing it. Who leaves that on? Bin. Let's try it on the, oh, we need another trial piece here. I would be very interested to see how this looks. Don't you love doing trial and error with me? It's Innovation Day today in the Bertucci Eurotrobe channel. We do love a bit of Innovation Day. And you're all very good. You all give lots of ideas. And yes, use a brush. That's a brilliant idea. To use the, just to brush away the excess. I think it would be fine to use the brush that I use for the embossing. Yeah, definitely. But it's interesting because there's not a huge amount of excess in terms of what there was previously, because you really, like, the Versamark is really pushing it and sort of almost like it's a binding influence, which I really love. Like, that's what I found difficult with this, is it sort of flies away and you don't have a lot of control over the softness. But the Versamark is, yeah, winner. Good one, Deborah. And then we'll just do a bit of embossing on this little birdie. I'm not sure how you would add your second layer though. Maybe you'd have to do it on Versamark. But anyway, this is just for a test. Just to see what a solid image would look like. Will it attach? Will it stay? Okay, let's try this. So I've got still some of the, I want to use a brighter color. Let's do the, was it Calypso Coral? I'm trying to find a piece that doesn't have chalk all over it. Palette knife. Really be generous. And then we need Calypso Coral, Dolba. Oops, hello little one. Smush that all into your Versamark. Smushy smush. So yeah, you're not getting as much fly away. And moment of truth. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Get out of town. So I think there's something very special and unique about using these pastels. Is it coming off? Yeah, it comes off a bit. So let's just really rub. So it's going to eventually come off. So maybe what we'll need to do is lacquer that, like put some crystal effects over the top. I mean, because we don't have crystal effects, use the fine tip glue pen. Oh yeah, maybe heat it again. That's a good one. Melt it in there. Just playing around, hey? Ooh, yes. So I'll let it dry for a bit because that's like softened it. Interesting. But yeah, I think the fine tip glue pen over the top would be a good way of like sealing it, because the fine tip glue pen, you can actually use it as like crystal effects. I don't know if some of you knew that, but it's a great way to, and I actually have to get some more fine tip glue pen because yet again, I didn't put the lid on properly. Oh, Kylie. What are we gonna do with you, Kylie? How do you not put this back properly? Naughty girl. Oh, it is on there. So yeah, so you could just do this little bit of fun. And then have like this coloured, amazing... I mean, I've used a bit too much there, but you get the picture. It could probably seal it in place then. Just an idea. Just thinking outside the box. But I think if we leave it long enough, so you can see why I don't put this back. This is why they all get clogged. I need to put my glasses on when I do this. I did see a tutorial that someone did where they're like, lay it next to each other on your finger and it will slide in. Yeah. Maybe on the silicone mat. Let's pop him here. We'll try on here. Oh my goodness, my eyesight. I'm probably like two millimeters away from it. Come on, little one. I will not be defeated, all of you. I'm not going to be defeated. Even if I have to put my glasses on. Yes. I will not be defeated. Oh yeah, cheap adhesive spray. Yep. Spray it with hairspray. Heat it again. So yeah, we can try it. I think this is the fun bit about trialing these things. It's like, yeah, let's just give it a go, see what happens, see what comes of it. But I think we'll stick to the one color for this. We'll keep it monotone. But I really want to see what you play with. If you have these already, you know, pull them out, have a bit of a innovation day. But I do really love the effect on the embossing powder. On the embossing. I think it's really cool. I think it's really, really pretty. And of course you can do the same thing with ink, but you might be a little bit more heavy-handed with ink and you might worry, oh, I'm going to wreck it. I actually feel like you have more control with this than you would with ink. So maybe if you're feeling a little bit nervous, you could use your brush to brush this away actually. There we go. Gonna brush those fibers out of the way. Pretty! And I guess with this, let's just try some handy little baby wipes. Because what else is baby wipes for but to do a bit of tidy. Very interesting how it comes on here. It's a very interesting element. I'd like to see it with water too, to see how it grabs. Because look how the colour grabs on there. Like maybe having a whole heap of water and then shaving it on top would be very interesting. Because look at that. Does it go onto it like baby wipe and ink? Not a huge amount. But anyway, we're all tidy. Bruno will be happy. You happy with me, Bruno? He's like, move the bird away with the faux crystal effects. Look how much fine tip glue pen I used. That is going to take a long time to dry. We'll put that way over there. Away from danger. Okay, so I'm just going to change this because this has got a little bit damp and we don't want to wreck our beautiful card. Now, just being careful, I'm going to just do another baby wipe with my fingers because we're about to touch our project and we have all been there, done that, where we've dirtied it right at the last minute. Typical. But, you know, we call that rustic. We call that handmade. So Love it. I'll just zoom out a bit for you because I'm a bit close because of all the colouring we've been doing. Whee! There we go. Move these out of the way. So now we can start compiling. So this is what I love doing. I love having it all ready to go. And then we can do the piece of resistance, which is the gluing. Now, do I have anything that would complement this card? Do we feel like we want to use even more glitter? Just found this guy. We've still got metallic woven ribbon. Ooh. Are we going to go metallic? I could do just, well, first of all, I'll stick this down because we know that we're definitely doing that. Just this layer. Good. And then what we can do, so there's a couple things we could do with this. I actually think it would be quite nice to have like a little, should we have a little bow on the side here? I just don't know if it will, if there's enough room for it, but it's very fine. So we shall see. You could always go smaller on your layer if you really, really wanted to add a ribbon in. I've seen some wrap and then just attach the bow, which is actually a really, I think Jessica Brigden does it like that, which is a really clever way of doing it. I'm just going to stick this down to this edge. And I think we might even put this layer on dimensionals because we don't have a sentiment that's going on dimensionals. So we can lift this up. We'll raise it up. Just be careful with your chalk. I think, yeah, it will be really interesting. I think one thing that you girls said, which is a good idea, maybe spraying it with a bit of hairspray might do the job. But let's have a look at this. I want it to be where I wanted it, which was in the middle. But we might have to just toggle, and that's the cool thing about having this sort of free. I haven't chopped anything yet. What do we think? I think it's really nice with the ribbon. I think it's a good addition. So let's just go with it and see what all of you think, because I can still pull that off. I'd like it to sit the way I want it to sit, but they never sit the way you want it to. I do like that. What do you think? You like it with the pretty bow? You like that? I think it looks good with the bow. I think it makes it a bit more feminine. And we'll put some, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to add. We're going to play some more. We're going to make even more mess. Yes. I love getting messy and inky. I want to add some of, yes. If you don't have this, people, please get it in your life because it is the best stuff. Oh my goodness, I'm addicted to it. I use it quite a bit, just a heads up, quite a bit in my samples for the online Stampin' Retreat. And I am going to be plugging this so hard, this crystal pearlized enamel effects. It is the bomb. And I'll show you exactly how good it is. You like it with the bow? Yeah, I like it with the bow too. I think I think it's a bit like loveitchopit. We don't use our ribbons enough, and I think this is the perfect layout to be able to do that. And then we're going to lift this up as well, although I don't think I actually will because I want that to sort of tuck in with the ribbon. So there you go, we're going to leave that down. There you go. Now, before we do all that, just in case we have a boo-boo, which I'm telling you with this stuff, even though I've done all this work, I'm actually not afraid. And normally I would be afraid to put something like this on after I've done all this work. But this stuff is incredible. All you want to make sure of is just grab your little silicone mat and just make sure that it's coming out okay, that you've got control of it. So you just do a little blub on your silicone mat. You're like, yep, okay, I'm happy with that. Now these come in red, real red, and the basic black, and I am just addicted to the white. It's like my go-to. So now I can go crazy and embellish this and add as many beautiful little embellishments as I like. But I'm probably going to do, I might do 5. But anyway, we'll just do firstly a big one, because this is the cool thing too, is I can choose the size of the embellishment. So I'm just staying in the one place. It's going to have a little dot here. I'll just zoom in so that you can see this. It has a little sort of snow cone on the top when you first do it, but then it sort of settles down. So look at that. It's like I've just added a pearl embellishment, but in actual fact, I've just done it myself with this amazing pearl enamel effects. So if you haven't seen this, this is available now. It's in the holiday catalogue. Now I want to do a little one. So now I have full control over what sizes I want to have. Oh, isn't this the best? I have the embellishment power. I get to decide how many I want, and way, way, way more affordable than buying a full sheet of embellishments. Like way cheaper. What else do we want? I think we're going to come over here and do, I want to do something around here, I feel, but I don't want it to be too in line. So we'll do here and a little one. Oh my goodness. I love it. In fact, I'm just going to do a couple more because I can. I'm going to go 7. There. And to cantilever, balance it out a bit, I'm going to do here. And they can be whatever size I want. I know, I just love it. Look at it all. Look at all these gorgeousness. Now, of course, for me, it's like nails drying. I'm very impatient and I'm going to have to be very careful. We'll go the other way. Very careful when I'm gluing this down. Probably would have been better to glue it down, to be honest. But don't do as I do. But you just have to be very careful when you store this now, because we want this to be all happy days. And I have tried, someone said, you know, maybe you can heat set it, but it actually distorts the look of the, like they kind of bubble and have a little bit of a hissy fit. So I don't recommend heat setting. It does not work. You just got to give it time. And I was surprised in my other projects. I think I thought it would need overnight, but in actual fact, it was pretty happy within a couple of hours. But if you just want to, you know, err on the side of caution, as they say, then yeah, just leave it overnight. Just don't touch it. Walk away, stick it down and walk away. Now, this is our tricky bit. We're going to stick this on here, but I don't really want to flip it, so I think I will use dimensionals. Probably should have glued it down first. FYI, everyone. Or, you know, leave this overnight and then stick it in the morning. Because, but for the sake of television, I want to make sure that you see the project completed. So I'm just going to lie these down. Operation Dimensional without flipping. Have you ever tried this? This is something new. Operation not working. Here we go. Yes, got it. Careful not to put your hand in any in any pearl liquid. Yes, we're getting there. How am I going to remove the backings, people? I think they're going to be okay. I'm going to do a sneaky peek under here. No one will know. They're gonna know. Yay, Cindy! Oh yes, we need to draw some winners, don't we? We'll do some prizes. Okay. I think we're happy people. Shiny, happy people. Oh, this is fun. This is like find the dimensional. Yes. 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 Good. I think they're all undone. Yes. All stick. Oh, found one that hadn't been undone. Yay. Yes, they're all sticky. Good. We have passed the test, everyone. Now, I want him to stick over here. Yay! Oh, I love it. Bravo, everyone. Look at it. Thank you so much for your help with this too. I actually really like it on the dimensionals. I didn't think the ribbon was going to sit nicely, but it's sitting really proud and happy. Don't you think? And I'd love to see it in different colours. I thought we might have time. Who was I kidding? I thought we might have time to do another one. But this is really, really lovely. I would be very happy to receive this card. And I think I've got a little insert that I can do here for inside, because it's always nice to decorate inside, right? And then we'll draw some winners. Actually, I might get Bruno. Oh no, I don't have my iPad here. But Bruno can do a little draw for us maybe. So while I'm doing the inside, everyone who has purchased the online stamping retreat and hasn't won a prize yet, then say I've purchased and you'll go in the draw. So put hashtag, what's our hashtag? I'll put it here and you can put your hashtag. And while we're doing the inside, so I think it's OSR hashtag. Yes, so it's OSR Full Retreat 2022. So copy that and say, I'm coming. And use that hashtag. And then you can go in the draw to win a free event. And maybe some other things. I've got lots of giveaways today. Now I'm going to pull out the Orchid Oasis. Orchid Oasis and do a little bit of stamping on the inside. I'll do this one here. Megan. You love it? Oh, I'm so happy. It was a bit of fun, wasn't it, today? Doing a bit of adventuring. So this is inside the card that I'm doing. Debbie purchased. Woohoo! Oh, this is so inky and lovely. Cheryl's coming. Ah, oh, gorgeous. Love, love, love. So I've just done the insert. I like to do them Poppy Parade size. So this is Poppy Parade in here. I won't open it too much. I think it should be okay though. As long as we're not touching it. Yes, we've done the inside. So pretty. I love it. Oh, yes. Yay, Regina, Carrie, Susan, Janine, Yvonne, Nancy, Teresa, Laurie. Oh, you're all the best. We're going to wow the pants off all of you because you've just been so supportive and kind to us. Now, let's get a little photo here. Oh, hello, everyone. Keep those messages coming to be in the draw if you've purchased. Yay, Sue! My Stampin' Bestie, my Stampin' Up bestie. Yeah, the blue is gorgeous, isn't it? Yay, Hope! Okay, here's our gorgeous card. Thank you so much for your collaboration today on this. I think we've done a really good job, everyone. Yay! Gorgeous! Look at those enamel dots. Aren't they incredible? I can't believe I made my own embellishments. And I just love the pastels on the embossing. I just think it looks gorgeous. Really, really pretty. Yeah. So you can see the difference. Like, this was the same card. Really? Isn't that incredible? So just by changing the designer series paper, changing the color, changing the embellishments, adding a ribbon, we have a whole new card. Slightly different, and yet if you looked at these two cards, would you go, oh my goodness, it's the same card? Would you do it in that voice? Yeah, I know. So exciting. Very, very, very exciting. Good. Get your enamel, pearlized enamel out. Yeah, I'm really, really happy. Thank you all very much for your support. I wonder why I was a bit short today. I forgot that I changed my chair. There we go. That's better. I was like, why am I so far down in the video today? Good. I'm so happy you enjoyed that. But yes, you can do the exact same thing with ink. If you grabbed the sponge daubers and did the exact same thing with ink, it would do the same thing as well. Yeah. Here we go. Bruno's got the winner. Drum roll, everyone. Here we go. The winner is Sydney. The winner is the suspense. Susan Johnson! Yay! Well done, Susan. Woohoo! Congratulations. I'll do a refund for you. I'll put that through today for you so that, yeah, you get to come for free. How exciting. I know, it's very exciting. So lots and lots of fun. We're going to have so much fun. Now, I want to draw a couple of winners as well. Well, actually, I might get Bruno to draw a winner. We've got our beautiful Abigail Rose tutorial. So maybe Bruno can draw 2 winners for an Abigail Rose. They're usually valued at $21 each. So maybe Bruno can draw 2 winners for us for that tutorial bundle, the Abigail Rose. And you can go over there and purchase the tutorial. 12 amazing projects full of incredible content. I think I did a fun fold card. I did a really exciting fun fold card, actually. You don't want to miss it. So, yes, you, Susan. So good. Yes. So 2 more winners for the tutorial bundle. And just message us if you're a winner, and I'll give you the link for the Abigail Rose tutorial so that you can enjoy that. So exciting. So much fun. I'll start my tidy while I'm here. Oh, thank you, Helen. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with that. I'm happy I used, you know what I'm loving? I think this is a good challenge for all of us, right? I've used things that I haven't pulled out. Like, we get stuck in a bit of a rut and we use the same thing. I very rarely use ribbon. I've used ribbon, and I love this ribbon, by the way. Love this shimmer, this glitter paper. Ah, Teresa's a winner. Well done, Teresa. I used the pastels and I used the pearlized enamel. So I really pushed myself out of my comfort zone. So just maybe try that every now and then. Go look through your drawer, maybe look at your cupboard and say, is there a stamp set I haven't used? Why haven't I used it? Pull out maybe a product that you're not sure about and have a bit of a play. I think that's really, really fun to do. Oh, thank you so much. Charlotte said the fun fold in the tutorial is amazing. I really love it. It's a beautiful card. You want to get that tutorial. And you get 11 others as well as mine. And videos, exclusive videos. Yay! So Nancy was the other one. Nancy! Congratulations, Nancy. Oh, Teresa and Nancy, well done. And Susan, well done on getting the free event. We cannot wait to see you all there. We have one more live before the event next week, and the cutoff will have already happened by then. So the 23rd is the cutoff. What date is the 23rd, everyone? The day before the event. So it's actually the Friday. So we will have one more live together. That's good, where I can say, this is it, people. This is it. All you latecomers. I'm a late one too. Yay, Nancy. Ah, I know. So exciting. Such a great group of stampers and friends, right? Every week we catch up and it's like, oh, so nice to see you all. Big hugs to all of you. Nice to see you, Tess. It's great that you jumped on. Definitely go and catch up on the replay. Learn a bit of colouring with the pastels. Bit of fun. Oh, that's great, Teresa. You get a free tutorial. Send a refund to you. Yay. You get a freebie. You can go get another one. You can pick whatever one you want, because we've got so many that are based on incredible sweets. There's so many there. So yeah, go and pick another one. Yay. Oh, well, thank you all very, very much. We haven't frozen anywhere, so this is pretty exciting. It looks like all the updates worked, Bruno. I'm very happy about that because it kept crashing and we're like, we've got to get this fixed ASAP. I didn't get to say goodbye to you each week and it was making me depressed. So big hugs to all of you. Thank you so much for your support. We love that you appreciate our tutorials, our card templates, our cute little pins, our online stamping retreat, and just so that you are aware of our goals, because it's important to know the reason why we do things, and the reason we do what we do is to help you have support creatively and to help you have a smile on your face. Because when I received these little pins, oh my goodness, I could not stop grinning. There is something about getting what you love in miniature. What is it with mini? I was like, this is like the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like seeing a little baby, your favorite product in baby form. You want to go, oh, good little snips. I love you. So that is our goal, is to bring a smile on our face. And sometimes we can't afford to get the products we want. And I love that these pins are $10. They're affordable. They're going to give us a smile on our face and help us to, just feel a bit of joy in our day. So we really want to help you feel more confident, more creative, to use what you have, and to give you that confidence to just pull out things that you've already got. Don't feel like you have to keep, buying more. The key element too, some of you have said you don't think you can afford to come along on the event day. Maybe have a look at your stash and see if there's some stamps that you're not using that you could sell. And then come along to the event and you'll get so much out of it. Just don't let things sit on the shelf not having any use. Don't limit yourself into thinking, I can't afford to. Look at what you have and see how you can afford to. If you really want to come to this event and have like over 7 hours of content to give you that confidence and to learn more things and to connect as a community with Lisa and Gina's community and ours colliding, it's even more exciting. So please think about how you can come along, and because you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss out on all the fun. So thank you so much for your support of all our fun things so that we can bring some more joy in your day. We want to make people smile, and we hope that that's what we do for you. Every time I look at my pins, I'm like, oh, they're so cute. So I'll actually put up I don't know if I have the pins. Oh yeah, there they are. The pins link is there. So you can get them worldwide, those pins. So we can send them anywhere in the world. We have run out of green glue, but he will be back soon. We just replaced the ink pads and the trimmer, but the green glue will be coming very soon, along with some online stamping retreat pre-orders. Oh! So watch this space. Well, big hugs to all of you. Have a wonderful week. I hope you get creative, and remember to send the cards to people that you love, and even maybe people you don't know, because we just don't know the difference it could make in someone's day. To think of them and to send a card is really special. We thank all of you that have sent us cards in the past week. We'll put those on Instagram, put them in our stories, and then we save them in our Random Act of Kindness little group. So thank you so much. See you next week, everyone. And big thank you to Bruno in the background there. Thank you, Bruno, for all your help. And we'll see you soon. Bye. Happy shopping. If you live in Australia, we'd love to look after you. Bye. See you soon. Bye. Bye, everyone.